Hi, I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason. Well, here we are. 38 quests in and you finally come to the first piece of main scenario battle content for the expansion. General Grievous is here to make sure that we don't interfere with the hive mind of the NAF. Turns out, these are the droids you're looking for. Understandable that you want to prosper without dragon interference, but you could have given me a few weeks of prep, but Beastmen gonna Beastmen. And while they were in here summoning a primal, he was studying the blade. Time to learn about Thok Ast Thok Hard. Simplified. Before we start, you'll see in the GD information list here that there will be a bar of Bloodlust. Every time this bar fills up, Ravana will gain a stack of damage up and change stance. Watch out for Ravana's Tank Buster, as it is an untelegraphed cleaving conal attack. Ravana will cast either the Seeing Wing or the Seeing Tail. These abilities create two shields on him. Wing makes them on his sides, and Tail makes them on his front and back. If you attack Ravana where the shields are, he will parry you, you filthy casual, sending the damage back at you and knocking you back. To keep attacking, move to a non-shield side, or just wait 5 seconds for the shields to fall off. If you're the main tank and he casts the Seeing Tail, I would advise you just not attack until the shields wear off. At this point, the Bloodlust bar will have filled, Ravana will gain his first stack of damage up, turn red, and put himself in offensive stance where his attacks will do more damage. He will then start casting Prelude to Slaughter. It begins with an untelegraphed large point-blank AoE around Ravana when the cast finishes. Just make sure you get a considerable distance away from Ravana. After this goes off, Ravana will jump away. If you are hit by any of the following mechanics, you will receive a Vuln stack. There will be several straight line AoEs around the arena that will be aimed at random party members. Just dodge between these AoEs as you have plenty of time to get to a safe zone. Right after this, Ravana will make a donut AoE in the middle of the arena and return to the fight. Ravana will then turn to a random player and start casting Slaughter. This is a threefold attack of straight line AoEs, one in front and two diagonally from his sides like he's aiming at 3 points of a triangle. To completely avoid this mechanic, he can stand directly behind him. Following this, Ravana will jump away again and create a cross of fire through the middle of the arena. If you're standing in this fire, you'll be inflicted with the burn debuff. After the fire crosses on the floor, two party members will be targeted with large purple AoEs around them. Try to spread out as much as possible so that the players with the purple AoEs won't overlap with each other even if they're in the same section. If you get hit by one purple AoE, it shouldn't kill you. As the purple AoEs go off, Ravana will return to the arena. Then Ravana will turn blue, lose his stance, and cast another Seeing Wing or Tail. At this point, Ravana should be under 60% and the ad phase will begin. Blue and red butterflies will fly down into the arena. Although these ads don't have a lot of health, they will need to be killed quickly as the ads will start casting Falling Laughter. If this cast finishes, a sword will spawn where the ad is. Ravana will perform more Seeing Wings or Tails and cleaving Tank Buster knockbacks while the butterflies are spawning in. These Tank Busters can also damage the wall, so tanks make sure you're facing Ravana away from the party, but not against a wall. After all the butterflies are defeated, Ravana will cast Bloody Fuller. This is Ravana's ultimate. This will give everyone the Fetters debuff and levitate the party off the ground. If there are any swords stuck in the ground from the ads, he will use each one to give a room-wide AoE called Laughing Moon, which also gives everyone a Vuln stack. If enough swords have been spawned, Ravana will rejoice in the glory of combat and possibly wipe the party. Once you have survived the ultimate, everything will be returned to normal and the fight will continue, although a small section of the outside wall is now broken. Ravana will then turn green and gain a defensive stance. Attacks to Ravana will be slightly weaker than usual. His swords will disappear and he will start casting Pillars of Heaven. This begins with a proximity marker that will also knock you back considerably. You will want to use your knockback immunity of arm's length or shortcast or be knocked into a wall. If you're standing in the gap where the wall has been broken and you don't use your knockback immunity, you'll be launched off the arena and you will die. After this, Ravana will automatically aggro the off-tank and start firing straight line AoEs towards this player. The off-tank will need to position Ravana away from the rest of the party so they can take the hits by themselves. Ravana will summon 3 glowing orbs that will tether themselves to 3 separate players. The orbs will follow the tethered player. After a short period of time, or if any orb touches a party member, it will explode in a small AoE and everyone around the orb will gain a Vuln stack. While that is going on, Ravana will fire a straight line AoE to a random party member called Rose of Hate. This is a huge knockback if you get hit by it. Ravana will then repeat the multiple straight line AoEs to the off-tank. After this, Ravana will switch back to offensive stance and begin casting Swift Slaughter. This is normally when Ravana will die in a normal GD finder, but I'll explain this mechanic anyway just in case. Half the party will be marked with a number of swords from 1 to 4 above their heads. This is the order in which Ravana will fire a straight line AoE at those players. If you have the 1 sword, you'll be first, 2 swords, you'll be second, and so on. Just spread out and avoid overlapping these, as getting hit by any of these will give you an automatic Vuln stack. This is immediately followed by Ravana jumping away and performing the large donut AoE, followed by a large point blank AoE that will give a knockback if you get hit by it. Mechanics will repeat until Ravana has been defeated. Congratulations, you have defeated Ravana. My name is the Scrub. Thank you for watching.